What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Geek Out Room podcast. Don't forget you can listen to all our episodes over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just type in Geek Out Room podcast and you should find us. Or you can watch our episodes also on our YouTube channel, Sauceless Entertainment. With that being said, let's talk about these layoffs happening at Marvel, Disney, BBC, and many other media companies. It's hard to be a creator right now because right now we're at this point where every creative every sector of the creative industry wants to be freelance. They want to use the freelance model, and not because of any other reason, it seems like, other than greed. These companies don't want to have to employ full staff because in their opinion the cost is not worth it. They want to do what the gaming industry has done for a long time now, and that is basically use more so freelance and contractual workers other than full time or even part time employees. Because when you have full time employees, when you have payroll, there are taxes you have to pay on that. There, most importantly, health insurance. You have to pay a lot of money in health insurance because those people who are fully staffed there must get insured, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. That's also why you see Disney, or at least Marvel, leaving America for other countries. They're going out of their way to avoid having to do these insurances. They don't want to do this. Okay, and a lot of people are very ignorant on this issue because I feel like a lot of people are just like, well, okay, fine, they deserve to do what they do. And trust me, they are a company and they should, and are allowed to do what's in their best interest. With that being said, reputation plays a big role in whether or not people will hand you their money. Doing the right thing by people who helped establish your brand to what it is today is also very important. And Disney has, time and time again, determined that they refuse to do right by the people who have done bloodshed and shed blood and tears for this company. They don't care about creators, and this is a serious uh, um, warning signal to those of you who are aspiring to work for companies like this. They do not care about you. They will never care about you unless forced to. And even then, they will continue to plot to get out of having to care about you. We see how we see how ugly the video game industry is when it comes to how they treat their employees, when it comes to the health of their employees, when it comes to the stability of their employees. To make a good product, that person who's working has to be taken care of. If you underpay your staff, if people don't have insurance, if that means things are not going to go well at home. That means they're going to have to get a second, third job in order to cover having to pay for doctor visits and emergency situations out of pocket, to pay for rent, to pay for groceries. These people deserve to live a life. These people need to live a life. So how do you expect to get the best and the most out of your employees when you are continuously undermining their existence and their right to live a decent life? We don't hold companies accountable enough, in my opinion, when it comes to things like this, because there is zero reason. Disney does not, Disney, I'm being very honest, out of very few exceptions over the last 15 years, have they made product that's worth, to the point where it's like, boycotting could be a little tricky. Outside of what the MCU has done for the last 10 years, they have not made many products outside that. You can definitely give me Frozen, Moana, um, and some other movies for sure. I'm not saying there's zero. I'm just saying there's very few, to the point where we can't hold this company accountable for how they treat people. The artists they let go, the home entertainment division, all these layoffs. These are human beings who have lives. The industry or we said it for years, is changing, but the change is here. The change is here. The This is a promise that AI is coming. This is a promise that there is no type of job security anymore in the world of creation and entertainment and innovation. Because it's also in tech, but this video isn't about tech. But tech, that space is there too, so don't get it twisted. But in the entertainment industry, man, when the people who make these magical films, these people, same thing at CBS, same thing at BBC, same thing at Disney. There are human beings who have made these films special. AI didn't make Lion King. AI didn't make Ants. AI didn't make uh, Incredibles. AI didn't make Moana. AI didn't make Frozen. AI didn't make the MCU. There are artists who make concept art, who work on visual effects. There are human beings who are taxed, not taxed. They are given a task, sorry, to do a job that probably would take like 2, 3 years. They're expected to do it within 6 to 9 months. And they pull it off time and time again. It's not reasonable, it's not healthy, it's dangerous to the health of these people, physical and mental, but they do it anyway because that's their job and they love it. And Disney and Marvel has risen off the backs of these people. So to get laid off like that is absolutely asinine. And to retain a few of them just so you have basically basically a hiring committee to know what to look for when we get these freelancers in is highly disrespectful. You deleted, you laid off, you fired all their friends, the people they went to battle with, and you expect them to just that's very dangerous. And what does that say for the people who are currently working on your projects like Doomsday? What does it say for those people? This is a very interesting, very sad first and foremost, but very interesting tilt in the dynamic that is the entertainment industry. Because visual effects is so time consuming, it's so money consuming. But I don't want to hear that Disney can't afford it, because all your people that aren't doing this, they're getting the 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 billions in their pocket. They're getting all these bonuses. They're getting all these extra pay, all this holiday stuff. While the people who make your movies complete and look good, who also don't get proper representation to make sure that they don't get screwed over like this without a fight, they get trashed. And it sucks, man. Because despite what you may think, or anyone may think about AI being the future, get out of the way or whatever with it, no. We've made it 100 plus years of entertainment without artificial intelligence. There are human beings, whether our ideals were stolen or not, it's still originated from human being. Storytelling is one of the best things humans can do. And I truly mean that. Because to use your imagination and to make a world that is fictional, based on life experiences, perception, and different elements of the society as which you understand it as, and to make that world like a Star Wars, like an Indiana Jones, like an Invincible, like The Boys. Those are things that only human beings can do. I don't care how much you train AI. It may help you make certain elements to help assist, but to lay all these people off is just evil. It's evil, man. And that's not even talking about the home entertainment aspect of it. I'm telling you, eliminate. I made a whole movie about this. Why physical media still has its place in this digital age. It's called Guardians of the Archive. I'll leave a link in the description on the YouTube video. It's on YouTube. It's free. You should go check it out. It is very important, man. It is very important that physical media does not disappear. It's very, and I mean actual physical media. I mean where the media that you paid for is physically on this disc. There's a bunch of, like, for example, Crunchyroll. There's a bunch of anime that just disappear. It seems like every month on Crunchyroll. Luckily, I have a library of physical discs that have the anime that I really love on them, and it's safe and sound. I can just pop it into my PS5 or whatever at any point, anytime, and play it. Some of y'all like convenience. Some of y'all just hate physical media. It is what it is. I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying, as someone who grew up owning things, letting your friend borrow it or your family member borrow it, or borrowing something from your family or friend and be able to play it, be able to trade it in, be able to trade, like, getting rid of physical media, especially in media, is so dangerous, it's so disgusting. And it made companies money. Streaming does not make you money. Do you know how many ads? For example, I watched Invincible and The Boys. Do you know how many ads I had to sit through to watch the two of those shows? YouTube's just as bad. Do you know how many ads you? There's sometimes I just, most of the time now, honestly, I just click out of a video, dude. If there's like 2 minute ads, bro, talking about the side effects of some drug that Big Pharma's trying to push, I'm getting rid. The video's done. I'm moving on to something else. Or, look, I've even gotten into just sitting down, listening to jazz music, bro. Like, I've gotten into so many different activities than consuming media, because it's so gross how ads are pushed, how the price keeps increasing on everything just for the sake of increasing. It's crazy, man. And physical media used to help the costs it would take to make some of these films, which is why you would see some of those random romantic comedy movies, because they know we could probably there's gonna be people who won't buy it on Blu-ray, or you have stuff like the Avengers where they sell a bunch of their Blu-rays, they sell a bunch of their shirts, they sell a bunch of merchandise, and it helps increase the income they make from this. It helps increase the profitability from these projects. Uh, DVDs and Blu-rays. It used to be an event when something came out months later on Blu-ray, or a year later on Blu-ray, or on DVD or VHS tape. It would have this unique art wrap. It would have like a little, if you got a special edition, have a little pendant or some kind of, like, just a pin or just something extra in it. It was special. We used to have efforts, and we used to have a lot of effort, and we used to have a lot of care, and we used to have a lot of creativity. The movie industry is moving exactly how Pokemon cards are moving. It's the exact same thing. You cannot tell me otherwise. Pokemon was always very popular, but what the TCG has become now is utterly disgusting. You have people who are using it like stocks and bonds and completely warping the value of these cardboard things. You have people who are pouring millions into this thing, and because of that, you can go to Target and now you can only get 2 packs because people just clear shelves off. You only buy 2 packs per visit because people keep clearing shelves off and reselling them on eBay and Mercari and stuff like that. And do not get me wrong, I do not want to be a hypocrite, or I don't want to act like I'm not one of the. I do resell myself. When I was unemployed, it was a great way for me to pay my bills. I was never so. First of all, I didn't even have money to do it. I was not someone to clear shelves. I was not someone to take more than what I wanted, and I love ripping. I love ripping packs, and I love ripping sports cards. What I do not do is go to shelves and use weights and try to weigh packs or whatever. I don't do none of that. I know it sounds like a tangent, but I'm going to wrap it all the way back again. What I'm saying is that all these suits and ties, all these people who do not love this thing, they don't love the creativity, they don't love the game, they never played the game, they don't care about the game. They're just there because it makes you money. They're there because it makes you money. The same things happen in the movie industry. It's a huge investment piece. It costs a lot to make a movie, but it's a huge investment piece. People have seen what the numbers the MCU can do. They've seen the numbers Star Wars can do. They've seen the numbers that Avatar can do. They see all these numbers, and they're like, I want in on that. I want in on that profitability. And they go in and they use people who want to do nothing but tell stories, who want to do nothing but test the limits of their creativity. They want to do nothing more than live out a childhood dream of when they went and saw Star Wars for the first time. That's who these people take advantage of. That's who they lay off the first chance they get. Those are the people that make the movie industry great. The people, the people who love creativity, who love expanding imagination, who love storytelling. They're getting squeezed out of Hollywood little by little. And it's very important that as consumers, we do not let them. I've seen the AI slop. I've seen AI dubbing. And I know that in 10, 20, 30 years' time, with more investment, sure, AI dubbing specifically can get very sharp, very good. But the fact that you're having AI copy from the people that you were paying, the people who off their backs you became a multi-billion-dollar company, and then once you have AI done using the person to train AI, you just kick them to the curb. I'm telling you, the next SAG after the next writers next strike should be a long one. It should be one that could straight up shut down LA. It should. Because if you think what's happened to these visual effects people and these home entertainment people can't happen to you actors, can't happen to you voice actors, you're wrong. It will happen to you. It'll take time, and maybe you're not thinking, maybe you're like, well, by the time it comes from my job, or at least comes to start limiting these opportunities, I'll already be retired or dead. So maybe don't give a shit. But for you younger people out here, I'm telling you, you have to start fighting now. You have to start caring now. It's only a matter of time, man. Right now, anyone and everyone can make a podcast. Like me. It's only a matter of time for they say, no, no, no. Podcasts make too much money. They're too important to media now. Now we need to call them. Now we need to make it hurdles. Now we have to get, how can we monetize? How can we squeeze the creativity and the freeness the freeness, but like, yeah, the free feeling of what podcasts can do for people. How can we monetize off of that? That's the next step. There's always more. There's always next steps. So it's very important to protect creativity, protect creation. Do not let these people win. Do not let these people to continue shorting your attention span so much so that all you're seeing on the big screen are just TikTokers. I don't want to live in that world. So to the visual effects people out there, anyone who got laid off through these mass layoffs, please feel free to contact the pod. I would love to have people on who are actually affected by this, who can actually give me and the audience insight to what's going on, to the fears, because I'm not a part of that world. I can only talk about what I think, what I'm seeing, but I would like to get knowledge. I like to learn because I do think ultimatum is coming soon. And the more knowledge you have in this battle, the more equipped you will be to win it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you all in the next episode. Keep geeking out. Peace.